Hello there, it's Gwyneth here on a fabulous Feel Good Friday, helping you to feel fabulous, fabulous about being you. And in this week's video, I want to talk about resilience. Resilience is at the heart of emotional intelligence. I think probably, it's one of the most important skills that we need to learn in our lives. And it's a word we've heard bandied around over the past 10 or 11 months. So, what is it exactly? Well, for me, resilience is all about you actually having confidence in yourself, trusting yourself to be able to find a solution to potentially any problems you are facing, or just knowing that you are going to get forward, you are going to be able to take the next step, you are going to still be alive in 2021 regardless of all the change and negativity that is being thrown around this year. So resilience is a skill that can be learned. You have to want to learn it, like everything else with emotional intelligence, that the will has to actually be there. And don't underestimate the importance of learning this skill as well, because every time you are pumping out that negativity, the uncertainty, the fear, and all those things, the hormones that are coming out with those negative feelings as well can be very damaging to you physically, mentally, over the long term, can lead to some pretty horrible stuff. So resilience is a skill that can be learned, and very, very important, because it helps you to manage your emotional responses to certain situations and people. Now, when I was doing a little bit of research for this Friday video, I do every Friday, I was reading phrases such as coping mechanism, remaining hopeful, keeping optimistic. But those phrases, they all kind of have a little bit of an undertone of negativity for me, suggesting that you are coming from a place of weakness. And I sincerely believe that you have incredible inner strength. It's just that maybe you just don't trust yourself quite enough yet to use that inner strength that you have. So just think about your body. Just think about the fact that you go to sleep at night, you wake up the next day still breathing. You don't have to work on that. Your subconscious does all that for you. You are a walking miracle. So anytime you're ever doubting your inner strength, please just remind you, just look at your hands, or just take some deep breaths and remind yourself of how amazing you really are. There is no doubt that this inner strength is absolutely there. Anyway, 3 ways to build resilience. The first is to learn how to choose your response. And I'll give you an example that I had this week. I was going to be working, I had a contract with a company, everything had been set out, contract had been signed, excuse me, timings, everything had been worked out. I provided all the paperwork, all the links, everything. And then I get this email saying, really sorry, Gwyneth, we are going to have to cancel. Now, had that been excuse me, had that been me 7 or 8 years ago, I would have potentially gone into meltdown, overwhelm, the world's against me, and felt completely and utterly rubbish. Now, for a moment, I did still feel rubbish. It has to be said, I did have a wobble, but I've learned how to respond to that, a kind of a negative situation like that, to say, okay, that's rubbish that happened. So acknowledge what's happening, but then to say, what could I do next time? What could I do differently to ensure that this doesn't happen again? Having said that, it's important to understand that when other people and situations are involved, you will never have complete control over what happens. But as long as you know you've done everything you can to contribute to a better outcome, then that is already going to help you feel better. That is already going to give you greater trust, greater confidence in the actions that you decide to take in your emotional response. So if you do find yourself looking outwards, blaming, and feeling a bit sorry for yourself, and you know what, there's nothing wrong with feeling sorry for yourself, that's allowed as well, just so long as you do then ask yourself the question, okay, what could I do next time to make sure that this doesn't happen again, at least to the extent possible. So number one in building your resilience is to learn how to choose your response to a situation or a person. Number two, Understand your purpose. Have a very honest conversation with yourself about what your purpose is, because when there's lots of uncertainty, when there's lots of when there's lots of change and negativity going on around you, and you are doing something that does not fulfill you at any level, again, it's very easy to keep going down, down, down. So, what is your purpose? What do you really, really love? What fulfills you? Is it helping others? Is it potentially working as a volunteer on a helpline? Yesterday, I was speaking to a young man. He's learning how to be a computer programmer, and he's also spending time with the Red Cross driving ambulances. There's purpose is so important for you to build your resilience, to ensure that you do actually feel as though you are making a contribution at some level. And if you are not fulfilling your purpose, then is there a skill that you could learn? Do you need to learn a new language to go off and find the job of your dreams? Or do you need to learn how to be a computer programmer? There is so much that you can do online these days to learn a new skill. And learning a new skill can be a very important step to you finding your purpose and building your resilience. And number 3 is social interaction. Now, I know from people I've spoken to how difficult it can be if you are feeling uncertain, in some cases desperate. But honestly, speaking to other people, you don't have to share your deepest, darkest secrets, but just the interaction with another human being, even if it's not in person, even if it's just over Zoom, over video, whatever, can actually help you to understand that, you are not alone. And I want to come back to the inner strength thing again, because even if you do feel like you are on your own, this inner strength that you have is so strong. It will never let you down, but you have to allow it to be strong for you. So there we are, resilience, 3 things that you can do. Learn how to choose a different response to things. What could I be doing differently so that this type of thing doesn't happen again? Focus on what your purpose is. Be very honest with yourself, and if necessary, learn a new skill so that you're already taking a new step in the direction that you want to go to. And number 3, social interaction. Just talk to people. You will be amazed at just how having a conversation with somebody can actually make you feel better. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when new videos come online, hit the bell button too. In between times, I wish you a fabulous Feel Good Friday, an amazing weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay fabulous. Loads of love, and bye for now.